Let's get on to my NFL Week 16 picks. Last week, I had a pretty good week again. Went 11-5 of my picks. For the season, I'm overall at 146, 77, and 1. Here are my Week 16 NFL picks. There are no Thursday games. There is no Thursday game, I should say, this week. We have 3 Saturday games. They're all scheduled to be on the NFL Network. Our first contest is on Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern. It is the Houston Texans traveling down to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. Intriguing matchup. I got to take the Texans, however. I think the Texans are just the better team here. Give me the Texans go on the road down to Western Florida and beat the Buccaneers. At 4:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday afternoon on the NFL Network, we have the Buffalo Bills traveling to New England to take on the Patriots in AFC East action here. The Bills are in the playoffs. They have their first 10-win season for the first time in eons, and they're in the playoffs for the first time. They were in the playoffs, I believe, last year or 2 years ago, but this is their first 10-win season in many years. They're taking on the Patriots here. The Bills can make a big statement here. The Patriots, I know, they did beat the Bengals. They're still having this controversy about the videotaping of the Bengals sideline. The Patriots could be facing severe penalties, apparently. Maybe a loss of draft pick and a heavy fine. We'll have to wait and see on that. But I'm going to take the Patriots at home. It's in New England. Buffalo has, for a number of years, has historically struggled to win in New England. I think the Patriots get it done, but I think it's a very close game. But give me the Patriots at home to win. Saturday night at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time on the NFL Network is NFC West action. We have the LA Rams traveling upstate to the Bay Area to take on the 49ers. I know the 49ers have been struggling a little bit. They've lost their last 2 games here. Did they lose? Well, they've lost 2 out of the last 3, I should say. They're coming off a loss to the Falcons. The Rams coming off an embarrassing effort against Cowboys. I think the 49ers get back on track. They're just the better team, I think. It wouldn't shock me to see the Rams keep it close and maybe even win it, but I'm going to take the 49ers here. They're just the better team. Sunday action, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. The Falcons have been playing better here as of late. So much so I'm going to take them to beat the Jaguars. I think the Falcons are just the better team at this point. Of course, all this news coming about the Jaguars with these grievances filed. That's been some big news there as well. But I think the Falcons are the better team. I'll take them to win. AFC North action. We have the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns. We have, of course, the new Browns taking on the old Browns. Of course, the Baltimore Ravens were the old Cleveland Browns at one time. And then, of course, you have the new Cleveland Browns here. A lot of turmoil with the new Cleveland Browns right now. Apparently, a lot of their key players want out. Apparently, the players are just not happy there. Apparently, Freddie Kitchens is getting the vote of confidence. He's going to be back next year. Apparently, Odell Beckham Jr. and others want out. I'm going to take the Ravens. The Ravens are just the better team here. Give me the Ravens on the road to beat the Cleveland Browns. New Orleans Saints travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans. I've actually been waffling back and forth on this one. I know the Saints had a big win on Monday night. Drew Brees, of course, passed Peyton Manning for the number 1 spot for all time now in touchdown passes. So congratulations to him on that. Titans can give the Saints trouble, but I'm going to take the Saints to go on the road in cold weather to Tennessee to beat the Titans. Carolina Panthers travel to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Again, another one I've been waffling back and forth on. I'm going to take the Colts. The Panthers, obviously, Kyle Allen really struggled this past week. The Colts, I think the Colts are just the better team at this point. Give me the Colts at home to beat the Panthers, and what I think is a coin flip game. Cincinnati Bengals travel down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. The Dolphins, I actually picked them in my upset pick last week at the Meadowlands, and they made me look bad. The Bengals still just 1 win. I'm going to take the Dolphins. I think they get back on track and actually pick up a win here against the Bengals, so I'll take them. Pittsburgh Steelers travel to the Meadowlands to take on the Jets. Steelers are going to stay with the quarterback there. They're not going back to Mason Rudolph. They're going to stick with the Duck there. I think the Steelers bounce back. This is the game the Steelers need to have. The Jets don't need it. Give me the Steelers to go into the Meadowlands to beat the Jets. Speaking of the other team from the Meadowlands, the Giants are traveling down to the nation's capital to take on Washington. Giants got a big win last week in what was probably Eli Manning's final home game at the Meadowlands. Looks like Daniel Jones will be back to be the quarterback for the Giants this week. And then Washington, what can you say? Washington's actually favored in this game. This is where my upset pick of the week lies. I'm actually taking the Giants to go with Washington and win there. Just no rhyme or reason. The Detroit Lions travel out to Denver to take on the Broncos. Lions are a big mess. It looks like Matt Patricia will be back next year. He was given the vote of confidence from upper management. Denver, I'm going to take Denver. I'm going to take Denver at home to beat the Lions. Again, no rhyme or reason. Just picking the Broncos to win here. AFC West action, we have the Oakland Raiders traveling down to Southern California to take on the LA Chargers here. The Raiders at one point looked like they were going to make the playoffs. They've completely fallen off the rails. The Chargers are kind of in the same boat. I'm going to take the Chargers. The Chargers, I think, are just slightly better here. Now watch, the Raiders will probably win, but I'm going to take the Chargers to win anyways. NFC East action, we have the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be the prime late afternoon game that will be shown nationally, as Fox has the doubleheader action on Sunday this week. More than likely, whoever wins this game will win the NFC East. More than likely, I'm going to take the Eagles at home. I mean, this is really for all the marbles. For some reason, I would more than likely Dallas is going to win, but I'm going to go with Philadelphia just because it's in Philadelphia in cold weather. NFC West action, we have the Arizona Cardinals traveling up to the Pacific Northwest to take on the Seahawks. Seahawks are the better team here. I'll take the Seahawks at home to win. Sunday night national game for NBC has the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Chicago to take on the Bears. Again, the Chiefs are just the better team here. I'll take the Chiefs on the road to go into Chicago to win. I think it's close, but I think the Chiefs will get it done. Monday Night Football this week on ESPN is an NFC North rivalry matchup. The Green Bay Packers travel to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Should the Packers win this game, they will win the NFC North because they'll have a 2-game lead on the Vikings with only 1 game left. So the Vikings need to win here to have a chance to win the NFC North. I'm going to take the Packers to go on the road to Minnesota and win and clinch the NFC North. I think they get it done here. It's a close game. And you know it's going to be a hard-fought battle, but I'm going to take the Packers to clinch the NFC North by beating the Vikings on Monday Night Football. So those are my Week 16 NFL picks.